Hey, this is another kind of conflict I have with people, and this primarily happens on the internet, but it can happen anywhere. People view me as weak. They view this whole thing as weak from the start, and you have to have a mentality that I'm strong, that you're strong, that we're both two strong people, we're both two wolves talking to each other. And I'll give you an example. When I talk to somebody and I say, I deal with a lot of idiots. I'm disappointed in white people. I'm disappointed in black people. I'm disappointed in the country as a whole. We don't win anymore as a country. If you automatically assume that I'm weak, you're like, stop whining, stop complaining. All you do is complain about other people. You're making excuses for your own failures. Why don't you go out and accomplish something on your own instead of complaining about other people and how they can't help you? You see, that's what they're assuming. When I say I'm tired of it, that I deal with a lot of idiots, I'm disappointed. Here's what they hear. I deal with idiots. Why can't they solve my problems for me? Why can't they do this for me? Why can't they give me charity? My life sucks because of other people. Now, that's not what I'm saying, but that's what they hear because they have this mentality that I'm weak. Now, when I say the same thing to someone else who has a mentality that we're both strong people, when I say, look, I deal with a lot of idiots and this and that, what they hear is exactly what I'm saying. Now, let me go into detail about that. If you go into the Army, you'll go into boot camp. You're going to have a drill sergeant that's going to say, wake up, maggot. Give me 100 push-ups. My grandma can do more push-ups than that. And you're going to say, Mr. Drill Sergeant, sir, all you do is yell at us and talk about how stupid all your cadets are. And why don't you just accomplish something on your own instead of complaining about how dumb your soldiers are? And the drill sergeant's going to get in your face like, I don't think I heard you correctly. If you start talking like that to the drill sergeant, he's going to say, here's a free bus ticket home. You're not Army material. Okay? And it's similar if I go and, I don't know, this camera looks crooked, but maybe it's not. It's similar if I go into to work out. I'm working out with strong, tough people, and I say, look, my grandma can lift more weight than that. Why don't you lift more weight? Disappointing you. Get it off me. And that's just how we talk. That's how winners talk. It's how tough people talk. Now, I'm not going to disrespect people and whine and complain and all that all the time. I understand that someone insulting you all the time gets on your nerves, but I don't want to listen to that either. But what happens is, I'll be around somebody and I'll just say, man, I'm tired of drug addicts, man. I'm tired of these weak people. And the person will be like, you keep talking bad about me. I'm a drug addict too. Why do you hate me? It's just because you have low self-esteem, man. You view the world that I'm weak and you're weak and that everything's weak, and you're hearing things differently than the way I'm expressing them or the way I'm hearing them. You have to approach this as a strong person. We just can't communicate on that level. And on the internet, man, every person, 99.99% of people, they're just weak people, and they assume that I'm weak too, and they assume everything's stupid. Everything's a childish fantasy. Everything's about failure, and I just can't communicate with you. We're speaking two different languages. I'm speaking a winner's language and you're speaking a loser's language. That's all there is to it. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I always win at everything I do. I'm not saying my life is perfect. I'm not saying I accomplished enough in life. I understand. I'm open to criticism and things like that. But generally, I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my own abilities. I don't have this low self-esteem. I don't blame other people for my problems. It's different. Like, with that, I can say, yeah, I would have accomplished a lot more if I had other people like myself around me. But I'm not sitting here making that an excuse for my own weakness or my own failures or whatever. It's just a different mentality. We have to get over that hump. I don't have any serious mental problems. I don't sit here and make excuses for failure. I'm not into that. Because when I say, look, I deal with a lot of weak people, that's not an excuse for my own failure. It's just saying, look, that's what I deal with. That's life. That's how the world is. I'm expressing my point of view. What I see, what I deal with. Yeah, I'm gonna bitch about it because I get tired of dealing with it. I get tired of bridges collapsing. When I say I'm sick of bridges collapsing, it's not making an excuse for my own failure. It's saying it's bullshit. We can do better. I want you to get pissed off and get a fire under your ass like I have. It's just like when you're lifting weights. My grandma could lift more weight. I'm not saying that as an excuse. I'm saying that, put a fire under your ass to lift more, to try harder, So, just frequent things. I'm just here trying to teach you how to be a winner and try to explain very clearly what kind of people I'm looking for and what kind of people I'm not looking for, and how we can work together. Because this is a serious problem. I do not meet people who are confident in themselves. I don't meet people who are strong or can read a book or can show up on time or can talk about winning, can make a plan and execute it. I'm dealing with people who they never can work together. It's in both of our interests to work together and accomplish goals. They can't do that. They call me weak all the time because they're a weak person. They constantly call me weak and say that I'm making excuses and all this, and that's not what's happening here. Obviously I could accomplish more. Obviously I'm not the most accomplished person in the world. I'm not the smartest in the world, but I'm generally competent. I'm generally confident. And you have to understand that to deal with me. But thank you for your time.